question is with respect to the geopolitical changes this pandemic is driving. China was the outsourcing capital of the world, and a lot of high-end tech work was being done there. Uh, why do you think that we've been slow to compete and respond to this opportunity? And does this pandemic now offers us an opportunity that we should not miss? And what should entrepreneurs be doing to leverage this?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question, and because it is a fantastic question, and because we live in times where sometimes it is very difficult to answer in a straight way. But let me attempt to address this. Today, I do not participate too much in CII, FICCI, and many other forums, because I am a little bit disenchanted and kind of uh, disappointed. Because when we started off, we went to them and we wanted to reach out to the government and other places. So the understanding of this technology, what it can do, and how we can be more competitive is missing. There were people who even felt that we should not use the word robots. We should call it smart manufacturing, or we should call it by some other name, automation, etc., etc., because the government or other people or many other vested interests in the society are worried about job losses and votes and things like that. And but you can call it by any other name. A private industry which wants to improve its productivity has to adopt robotic technology. So until and unless we start to have national plans of gaining competitiveness, we will not get anywhere. There was a forum which I attended, where a very big technology leading educational institution in the country was given land free by the government, and that institution, the only thing which they could think of was how to lease out some portions of that land, on which they will build some rooms and offices, etc., to some people and collect their income from rent, rather than thinking that such a huge land piece has been given, how we can make it one of the centers of excellence for technology and on path breaking stuff, where we can lead the world. That thinking is missing today. We don't even have an internet backbone in this country which is high speed, which will bring in these technologies and benefits to every nook and corner of this country in the best way possible. And we are dependent on private enterprises to provide us the dongles and the mobile phones, etc., and they are of good speed, bad speed, everybody knows. So if you want to lead the world, you need to have a national strategy. You need to have political leaders, economic leaders, corporate leaders on the same page, who say that, whose passion is to get competitiveness and create wealth for this industry, for this country, for generations. If they look at only next 3 years or 5 years, or what do you say, some vested interests of theirs or for their families, how would you create the kind of industry which some other countries have created? Our problem is that. Our problem is lack of a national plan on anything which is of tremendous future consequence for this nation. Sorry to be saying it, but that is the reason why we are not leading the world in robotics. In China, I have studied it, from schools to universities, to linking the universities to the angel investors, to the SME clusters who adopt the technology, to market development funds, participating in exhibitions, to linking them to organizations which will fund the prototypes, who would change the prototypes, write off those grants, 10-year tax holiday for firms which are working in future technologies, every kind of tax holiday, to every small and medium enterprise in the country, in China, not having to see physically any inspector of any nature coming from the government. Those are things which enhance entrepreneurship. Those are things from which result from, in innovation coming from the lab reaching out to the world. We need a drastic change. It is not that we don't understand, and it is not that we have not talked about it as a nation. It is also not that we have not experimented with these things in small ways, but it is the way we are structured today and the way we provide lip service to almost everything, and the execution is simply missing. That is where the problem lies.